There's a saying in Buddhism that if you can change something, please change it. Nothing wrong. But then what if you can't? And this is life. This is the point. This is the thing. When we can get what we want, everything works well. Get the coffee you want. Get the thing you want. But when you can't, that's the point when things get difficult, isn't it? So the trouble is, what we tend to do, and this is reasonable because we have these five senses. When we wake up in the morning, we're totally involved in the objects of the five senses, which is the outside world. Because of this, we don't pay much attention to what's happening on the inside. But this is the real job. And don't call it religion. It's practical, it's common sense, but it's the hardest job we'll ever do. So when we talk about our problems, the things we can't change, in other words, we talk about the thing out there. This happened, he did this, she did that. They're all true, they might have. But the real one we have to start to look at is what is a response that's going on in here. And that's not easy. That's not easy. So, of course, the Buddhist analysis sounds kind of simple. We're driven by this primordial kind of emotional hunger, which is normal, join the universe, to get things to be the way we want. And then, of course, we know the problem starts, the suffering starts, the degree to which we can't handle when we don't get what we want. And that's the second that practice starts. So the Buddhist approach, of course, is we can change our mind, we can reprogram, we can reconfigure the thought processes, so that we can be brave in the face of these things, we can navigate the problems. And that's the job to learn. Not the easiest job, but it's amazing, because then you're in control of your life rather than feeling like this victim of circumstances, That's the one. So how to deal with the problems. And a problem, by definition, is when you get what you don't want. And that's 1,000 times a day. So our sanity and happiness is contingent upon this ability that we can learn. Do our best.